Hello everybody, Mega Shorts here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a rather different video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my thoughts and theories about this year's Doctor Who Christmas special, The Snowmen. Now I've just seen the trailer and prequel for this episode on Children in Need, and I've got to say, I am really excited for this episode. There's lots of thoughts and theories going through my head about this particular episode. A lot of my theories don't have much structure to them, and they're not very deep and detailed at the moment, and I thought it'd be nice for me to get these thoughts and theories into a video before I forget about them and forget to develop them even further before the episode comes out, because I love making my own little theories about certain Doctor Who episodes by watching their first trailers. I really have no idea what this episode is actually about at the moment. It seems very busy in terms of characters, and it seems to have quite a complex plot. This one looks like a film. It looks big, complex, and it looks like it's going to have a lot of development, a lot of characters, and it's going to be quite interesting, chilling, and also great fun to watch. First of all, I'm going to be talking about the trailer of this particular episode. When I say trailer, I mean the coming soon trailer, which is around about 50 seconds long, I think. Yeah, 50 seconds. When watching this trailer, I really had no idea what to expect. To me, it seems this episode has a really big, complex plot, and one which we're really not going to understand until we've seen that episode on Christmas Day. I can imagine that this trailer is going to be one that a lot of fans are going to have their own theories for. Doctor Who, or the world of Doctor Who, I really should say, is full of speculation all the time. It's a sci-fi show. There are characters that are coming and going constantly, and new elements that are being added and taken out of the show constantly, and that adds to the fuel of our speculation, I guess, and that's what, to me, makes Doctor Who such a great show. It's always talked about because of its speculation, and I love hearing about people's theories from certain trailers and certain clips, and I can imagine that there's going to be a lot of debate about the trailer for this particular episode, The Snowmen. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about in this trailer is the return of Madame Vastra and Sontaran Commander Strax. Now, we last saw these two characters in the Series 6 Part 1 finale, A Good Man Goes to War. I don't think these two characters had a very big presence in that story. They were very good characters, they were great fun to watch, and they really had great moments throughout that story. Even though I don't think they had as much of a presence as the Doctor, Amy, Rory and Madame Gavarian, I'm really happy to see them back. It's nice to see what they're up to in the Whoniverse at the moment, and it'll be really great to see these two characters alongside the Doctor and Oswin Oswald at Christmas. I can imagine that a lot of people will be getting Sontaran and Silurian action figures this Christmas, so there'll be lots of young fans reenacting their favourite scenes from this episode with their Silurian and Sontaran figures. The plot of this episode, I don't know what to expect from it. I'm really interested in Richard E. Grant's character. He played a darker version of the Ninth Doctor in The Scream of the Shalka, which was done before Series 1 back in 2005. When I say the Ninth Doctor, I don't mean Christopher Eccleston's Ninth Doctor. I mean a completely different Ninth Doctor that was done before the new series, as I said before. And I think he did a really great job in The Scream of the Shalka. It was a really good, interesting, deep, dark version of the Doctor, and it's really nice to see him as a villain for this year's Christmas special. I don't know what type of villain he's going to be. At first I thought he was going to be like Kazran Sardik from A Christmas Carol, but then I said to myself, no, he's not going to be like that. I think he's going to be a very corrupt villain. I think he's going to be one that's who's got something very sinister, a lot of secrets and a lot of really bad intentions. Not a villain that wants to wreck Christmas by knocking over someone's Christmas tree. Someone that wants to take over the world or add new alien technology and simply cause catastrophic chaos. I'd love to find out more about Richard E. Grant's character, but at the moment I'm quite happy not knowing much about him, as in his character I mean, because I just love making up theories about his character in my head. It's going to be really interesting to see how he turns out in the actual episode. I think he's going to be a really sinister, quite intimidating villain, and I'm really happy to see him in the cast for this particular episode. Richard E. Grant, even though I haven't seen him in a lot of TV or in a lot of films, I know that he is a brilliant actor, and I'm just really happy to see him in this episode, as I said before. Now I'm going to talk about Oswin Oswald, Jenna Louise Coleman's character. Now, throughout this video, I've been saying that her character in this story is Oswin Oswald. Now, this has not yet been confirmed, as far as I'm aware. We last saw Jenna Louise Coleman in Asylum of the Daleks as a Dalek, which believed it was human. It seems very odd that all of a sudden we have Jenna Louise Coleman in Victorian London. And the reason why I say this is because she was the image inside a Dalek's mind, and I'd love to know where the Dalek got the image of her from, because I'm sure that the characters, Oswin Oswald and the character she plays in this episode, are going to be linked together somehow. Maybe not straight away in the Christmas special. I think this is going to be something quite big, like the River Song thing that we saw from Series 4 to Series 6. It's a very good plot device, I think, this thing about Jenna Louise Coleman's character. I know I'm not sounding very specific here, but what I'm trying to say is I really like the mystery that's going on with Jenna Louise Coleman's character at the moment. I love how the BBC left her appearance in Asylum of the Daleks under wraps for quite some time. I had no idea she was going to be in Asylum of the Daleks, and I didn't even hear any rumours about her being in that episode, and I'd be really interested to see what she will contribute to the plot of this episode. She is going to be the Doctor's companion in this episode. She might not go in the TARDIS with him. I really don't know yet. I'm not one of the BBC, and I'm only making up theories here, but she's going to play a very big part, I'm sure, and I look forward to seeing her character develop. She's a really great actress. I've seen her in Waterloo Road, in Captain America the First Avenger, and I'd love to welcome her in the Doctor Who universe. The next thing I'm going to talk about in this video is the 11th Doctor. I've got to say, the character I'm most excited for seeing in this episode is the 11th Doctor. Now, you might think, well, that's going to be a usual thing because the 11th Doctor is the protagonist in Doctor Who at the moment. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's going to be in this episode in terms of his personality, attitudes, and his emotions. He has just lost Amy and Rory, two of his best friends, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he is going to be in that episode because of that event. He might not mention that event much. He could mention that event quite a lot. I think in this episode he is going to be very much like the 10th Doctor, or very much like Bruce Banner. Now, you might be quite confused about why I just mentioned Bruce Banner, and the reason why I said Bruce Banner is because, to me, the Doctor and Bruce Banner are very similar characters. Bruce Banner is a Marvel Comics character, by the way. He is the man that turns into the Incredible Hulk, by the way, for those of you who didn't know. The reason why I've decided to link the Doctor and Bruce Banner together is because usually they are so unstable in terms of their emotions. One minute Bruce and the Doctor can be really nice, polite guys who will be willing to help everyone. The next minute they will be seriously angry, brutal guys. In this episode, I think the 11th Doctor is going to be very much like David Tennant's Doctor, very happy at times, sometimes a bit sad, and other times just very brutal and also quite intimidating, like Bruce Banner was in the recent Marvel movie, The Avengers. I really like linking the Doctor and Bruce Banner together. I've been seeing their characters over the past few years quite a lot, and I can see a lot of similarities between them, and I can see a lot of reasons why some people like myself will come to compare them quite a lot. And that is pretty much it for this video, I think. I know I haven't really said much in this episode, but as I said before, I really don't know what to think about this episode. I think the Snowmen look like quite interesting villains, quite scary ones as well. There's a really cool shot in the trailer where they bear really sharp teeth, and that makes me never want to build a snowman ever again. And I think now it is a good time to wrap this video up. I know I haven't exactly said much in this episode, but at the moment there are just so many thoughts and theories going on about this episode in my head, and it's going to be some time until these theories come together to make quite big, detailed, logical theories and speculation about this episode. And I'd quite like to do videos about this episode as the trailers come and go, and I'd love to post my more detailed theories about this episode in the near future. At the moment, we haven't really seen much of this episode, and we don't know much about it either, so there's not a lot we can say about it really. But I think this is going to be a very interesting episode, and one of the most interesting episodes for the 11th Doctor. Feel free to discuss your thoughts and theories about this episode in the comment section below or in the video response, and hopefully I shall see you again soon in another Doctor Who action figure review. Bye guys!